I mean, one of the benefits of self-building is you're not just buying a kind of house that's been dropped from a spaceship, but there's a virtual community that starts being formed even while the houses are being designed. They're going through the planning process, people start getting interested, local people are involved, loads of local tradesmen are involved, all that sort of thing. And what you get is a kind of sense of community through the process of making the houses that then is embedded into the houses once they're complete. And if you're building in small groups of 5 houses or 10 houses or that sort of thing, often you end up with mutual obligations and connections around the way the houses are built. So this site we've done in Norfolk, it's 12 houses around a new green, and they all collectively own that green. It's public open access, but those people are there to curate that green, and it creates a sense of connectedness and community that you just don't get in your typical new housing estate. We've done a lot of projects where we're sort of building in trees, building in nature, really sensitive foundations, working out around existing plants and animals and habitats and that sort of thing. And it's a theme that we're so keen to take through all our projects, is that that thing of being utterly responsive to place and context, and utterly responsible to the people that these houses are for. And with self-build, that's completely baked in. If you're building your own house, the house is built for and around you, your story, your family. So on one hand, we've got, say, the Dursley Tree House, which is unashamedly contemporary design, but it sits beautifully in that context amongst the trees. And then, you know, at another end of the spectrum, perhaps a house we've done for a couple of some downsizers, you know, retirees, which is much more softly contemporary. It's quite traditional in its design, but it sits happily in its place, and it suits them for what they want to do and how they feel comfortable. And it's only 7 years old, but the house has bedded right into its landscape already, and so it's built absolutely of its place and around them and their lives, which is what self-build's there to do. It creates something that really fits. It's like a tailored suit. In the last couple of years, our trade body, NACSPA, has commissioned a piece of work, a piece of research that found that self-builders' homes were typically about 40% lower carbon and lower energy in use than a normal speculative house builder's house. In the same piece of research, it was found that the two biggest motivations for self-builders were higher quality and lower energy. So just by allowing people to do that, you're getting better houses, and we're going to meet net zero sooner. More than twice as much of the money on self-builds is spent in the local economy when compared to normal house building. So that's the involvement of local tradesmen, local craftsmen, local materials, and it makes a massive difference. These are houses made locally by local people who have a sense of pride, care, connectedness to what's being made, rather than it being placeless and soulless and faceless.